It's your boy, Chris the Boss, and I'm coming your way real soon with some music, some film, some media. But currently, if you're ready to check me out, tune in to the Superstar Spotlight, Fly Star Media with your favorite actor, Brandon Houston.
What's up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of Superstar Spotlight. I am your host and favorite actor, Brandon Houston. And as always, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to each and every episode. As always, these episodes are sponsored by Guilty Rich. You can go and check out their Instagram, guilty.rich, and you can check out the website, guiltyrichboutique.com. So you can check out all the latest merch that they got and all the upcoming merch that they have as well. You know, spring is here, summer is on the way, and you don't want to miss what Guilty Rich has to offer. So shout out to them for sponsoring this episode. And speaking of this episode, we are going to get right into it because we have a very special guest with us today. All right, so stepping into the spotlight today is a man who is starting to make his mark on the scene here in Flint. I'm talking about music, poetry, film, media in general, just an all around talent when it comes to creating art in a various amount of ways. You might have seen some of his electric performances at the Wine and Rhymes event or the Poetry and All That Melanin event. And he even has his very own podcast, which is titled the Much to Discuss Podcast. We have him here today. We're here to learn all about what he's all about. And I hope you guys are as excited as I am because, ladies and gentlemen, here in the spotlight today, we have Cris the Boss. It's your boy. Let's go.
Man, y'all so animated. I sense no realness in you. I'm talking drawn together, an illustrated issue. Your weed ain't green like pickles. Your style is white as tissue. Man, y'all ain't fucking with me. The bosses is dismissal. I ain't talking launching missiles, but we can take it there. When I'm in rage, I just boot up somewhere like Papa Bear. Women, they stop and stare. They touch it and show and tell, but only with a boss, bitch. No other way to say it clear. What's up, Doc? You old obnoxious ass nigga. You see the bad guy and think there's an apocalypse, and then I've been incisive since the beginning. Whenever I'm writing, I'm just committing. But you enlighten us from the mitten. So I like that. I'm never quitting. I ameliorate, then they recommend. Me, the most extravagant. Me, the benevolent. So would you please clear my premises in? For you sorry niggas, I'm so glad you hate it. The way I penetrate the game, you have to laminate it. Cris.
Going on, my brother?
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
You shit, you got to mess around and do my intro to the album, shit, man. I can listen to that, like, keep going.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. How you feeling today, though, man?
Man, feeling good, feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man, and just an honor to have you on the show, man. Get you in here and talk about a lot that's been going on with you, man. Ever since you didn't, stepped onto the scene, everything's been kind of moving in a positive direction.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm glad you're here on the show, and we can kind of talk about that a little
Positivity
bit.
is key. Positivity is key. Appreciate it.
Definitely, for sure. And all right, so you guys, we got Cris the Boss in the building. Man, if you are ready to step into the spotlight, man, let me know and we can just jump right into it.
Let's jump. Let's jump into it. Let's dive in.
All right. Let's dive in. That sounds good to me, man. Cris the Boss is ready. I hope y'all ready. We just gonna get right into it, man. So right off the bat, first question, man. I usually ask this to every artist, that has like a unique name. So how did we get to the name Cris the Boss? What's the origin story of it?
Okay, so Cris the Boss. So like I started off writing music early, like mid 90s as a child, elementary, with my brothers, cousins. I've always like bounced around from different names that I wanted to use as an artist. And I've always known I wanted to get into like music and film and stuff like that. And I wanted to use a name that I can like hold down in each category. With writing music over the years, I went through a few names, man. Damn, some of these I ain't even want to reveal, but I guess since we're here, man, like some of the first names I had was trash, like, or I don't know. It's just I was little though, but like the first name I chose was like Dr. CW. Like, yeah, I was just coming up
It's a
with
little
shit.
different.
Like doctor, like a doctor on the track or something
Yeah.
like that. I can't remember what made me come up with doctor. I don't know if it was like being little and hearing like Dr. Dre name so much, and then like, hey, I'm Dr. CW and shit from my initials and shit, Chris Wilson. But from Dr. CW to just Lil Chris, because I'm a junior. So my whole family, friends always call me Lil Chris. To coming up with like predicting like future albums. I wanted to create and write down like different titles to albums and stuff like that, and have meanings behind each album. I created like a list of like albums I want to work on, like a playlist, songs I was gonna like fill up all these songs with writing and everything. One of the albums I had written down for myself was titled Lil Chris the Boss. So that name kind of stuck with me for like the album title. The album was gonna be The Boss. And then I'm little as hell planning albums and stuff, not knowing if it's gonna really come true. It was just like a dream
Right.
and stuff like that. But after a while, The Boss, it was catchy, it stuck with me. And then I started coming up with more reasons of why I want to be called Lil Chris the Boss. One, I got tired of just Lil Chris. I needed something with that, you know. Being inspired by people like Snoop Dogg. Around that time, he was on his boss phase. You know, I paid the cost to be the boss and boss up, this and that.
Yeah.
So me always being, looking up to Snoop Dogg, being inspired by Snoop, I might have been like, shit, 11, something like that, 11, 12. And I start calling myself the boss, like, shit, Chris the Boss, look, Chris the Boss. I'm like, shit. But people used to ask me, like, oh, so you just think you about to go around bossing people around and stuff, huh? You call yourself the boss? You think you the boss of everybody? I'm like, no, it's not like that. Me, I am looking forward to bossing up everybody around me, creating everyone into their own bosses. You know what I'm saying? Uplifting people to like take lead and like reach their full potential and be a boss in whatever it is you care about doing, your goals, achieving. I mean, everybody around me gonna be bosses. So
Right.
yeah, I'm all about helping people and shit, just bossing everything and everyone up around me. So Chris the Boss, always be there for you.
That is a dope story, and just the whole meaning behind it too. The whole uplifting everyone around you and everything like that. That's really important, especially in this community too.
Yeah.
Because we have like a lot of like up and coming talent. Like seems like they need a little bit of direction, a little bit of uplifting and everything like that. Just to hear that meaning and just what you're all about. Like that's definitely needed in the community for sure. And I want to get into the music in just a second, but I want to cover like Chris the Boss as a whole because, like I said in the intro, you're not just a music artist. You cover a lot of different areas within the art itself. So for you, how important is it to you to like incorporate, every facet of like media and art, not only into your music, but into every venture that you kind of put together as well?
I like that question. It's important. It's very important to me because um, I don't want to be limited to one lane. I like for I like for people to see some of everything I'm capable of. I don't want to be boxed in. You know, For years, I've seen like whether it's like music or movies, TV shows, you get like they what's it like a typecast.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a typecast. Like you see me doing one thing, you're like, okay, he's very good at that. And then if I try to branch out into other things I have interest in, then people are like, oh no, just stick to that one thing you're good at. We don't want to see you do. Motherfucker, I do it all. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? And I've never been like really an expert at one particular thing. I find like balance in knowing several things and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So like I come across people who may be experts or specialize in one particular area. I try to like know at least a little something of everything, and and you know just be like all around individual. But I definitely would like to continue showing the how balanced I am and not just focus on one particular thing. So yeah, it is important because I don't want to be looked at as somebody as you should only do music. You should only stick to film. You should only stick to interviews. No, all that molds who Chris the Boss is in a way. And yeah, I got reasons of wanting to interact with people interview wise, getting to know other stories, highlight, make people aware of what people like ourselves do for the community, etc. Music, I've always wanted to get out, um, touch people in ways, you know what I'm saying? When you see audiences or you see the way music moves people, I've always wanted to have something to do with that. Um, Film, shoot, man, I'm a movie head, TV, cartoons, movies, horror, drama, romance, everything, man. I like to sit up and watch stuff, you know what I'm saying? I love entertainment. And it's hard for me not to, growing up in like reacting shows and shit. I done reacted in each of the three I named, from podcast, music, and film. Growing up, inspired by others who've been doing it mainstream. Reenacting them music wise, reenacting Busta Rhymes or Tupac lyrics, rapping, performing in front of friends, to acting out talk shows, pretending we doing our own Jerry Springer show and stuff in the backyard. Jerry Springer shows, acting out shit, movies, Menace to Society, Friday. We used to reenact all those, all our favorite projects. So reenacting all of those from those different categories, all those celebrities growing up on, it's hard for me not to like want to do it all and show people like, hey, I'm talented in each one of these areas. So like, where could you use me next?
Yeah, definitely. And you are definitely talented in a lot of areas, and exactly why I brought you on the show, man. I want to break down each of these areas and get to learn, a little piece of each, as we move along in this interview, because we got Chris the Boss in the building, y'all, and got to tap in with him. We got to learn what he's about. You know what I'm saying? So, first thing that you mentioned, in your all around brand that I want to say is music. So from the music perspective, how would you describe the type of music that you make and like the style in which you approach making music?
That's another good one, Brandon.
No, I gotta ask the good ones.
You got some good ones. I'm gonna take notes from you, buddy. Okay, the type of music I make and the style. Okay, so the type of music I make. Again, some people may see this as a flaw, but I'm a people pleaser. I like to please people. I can't help it. I like to see smiles on the faces of everyone. In my Joker voice, let's put a smile on that face. Man, I grew up in a very diverse lifestyle. So I grew up around black people shit, white people shit, you know, hood shit, country shit, you know what I'm saying? I've lived like so many different types of lives, you know, a very diverse lifestyle with all the different like relatives on both sides of my family. So I grew up listening to like everyone's favorite, you know, type of music, from my grandparents riding in the car with them in the back seat listening to like Temptations and Marvin Gaye and stuff like that. You kind of observe how what type of fan they are, what type of music they moves them, what type of vibes they like. Just paying attention to the vibes from everyone I've been around, from like both sides of the family. You got some who like to listen to like club and street shit. One side of the family like to listen to some something soothing, relaxing, some Erica Badu, some Jill Scott. You know, hearing all types of music. Like my uncles listen to like rock, metal. So I just gained interest in it all. Really, it ain't really nothing like I dislike music wise. Like it's something good. Like you just gotta find what's catching your ear the most. You know what I'm saying? What's moving you? You know, what's flowing through your system the right way, I guess. Um, with having interest in so many different genres, um, wanting to be a writer and creator myself, I started picturing different crowds. Um, I know how to interact with different types of people, no matter where you're from, your background. I've learned over the years to like pay attention to the difference in cultures. So just having an interest in moving each different race group or culture, um, I'm ready to move them, keep them all moving, and rocking out to some Cris the Boss music. I've been to rock concerts. I've been to like poetry readings, shows, all kind of stuff, and I can see myself fitting in with some of everybody, like all around nigga. No, well, I can just see myself fitting in some of everywhere. So I want to make music for some of everybody. You know, I started off making music. I found it easier making like you know shit you can relate to the most, stuff you around the most. Like at first around more street and hood stuff. So I was making a lot of club stuff for women, and then the more my name and my music was getting out there, then I'm noticing little kids rapping my music, singing along to my music because they hear their parents playing my music. That made me that hit different. You know, me being real family oriented, like yeah, I got a ratchet side and a turn up side, but man, I'm all for the children. So when I seen the children like rapping my songs and purposely skipping over the cuss words, I'm like, so if I wasn't standing here, right, the words by heart, you would have been cussing and all that. Like, I don't want you saying none of that shit. Like, and then the response I would get from kids, but you said it. Damn, they got me with that one. I mean, that's kind of like how it happened for me growing up off the Master P's and the Ice Cubes of the world, Busta Rhymes. I'm like, shit. They said it, I want to say it too. So I had to like, damn, let me change up my music. Like, I can't have nothing for only like my age group. I gotta have something. They be listening to stuff around their kids, and so I gotta have something kid friendly. Mm-hmm. That made me start creating music I'm like, what could the kids want to rock out to? They already feeling me. So how can I keep the children feeling me as well, but like a different type of music? Then on top of that, my grandmother, before she passed away, always hearing people bragging about me. She was like, well, baby, I want to hear some of your music too and see you perform. I'm like, oh, grandma, granny, no, granny, no, you don't want that. Okay, I'm gonna make something for you. I got you.
Sad,
I
cook
got you.
something up for granny.
Yeah, so it's like now, okay, I need to start working on music without curse words. At that point, I've never written anything with like less than 3 cuss words. Like I did a lot of cussing in my music growing up. And then so since then I started writing stuff, like a lot of stuff I started writing without cuss words. Like, man, like I need to perform this at a family reunion. I need to perform this at a banquet. I need to perform this at a art gallery. It's just you never know what type of venue or what type of crowd is looking forward to that experience. So I over the years I try to create something for like everybody and shit. So like no matter where I go, I should eventually have something to perform or some type of music for everybody to catch a vibe to at some point down the line. Working on it, working on it. I've been able to perform for church folk, kids, elderly, people my age. I done performed for people of all ages so far. So now I'm just trying to expand and make sure I cover like all ethnic backgrounds. I want to perform for everybody, man. So it should be fun, man.
Yeah.
Having music, man. It touches people of all kinds.
That's true.
People everywhere has some type of music that they vibe to, and I just want to be a part of it all. So really.
Yeah, cool, man. You make it sound easy,
Man.
Just having like the wide range of knowledge that you do, the wide diversity that was in your life. It's like you really can just cover anything, really.
I think accepting so many different types of people around me. I've never like only wanted to be around one type of like one group of people. Like I find interest in some benefit in some of everybody. I try to look for the positive in anyone and everything. And if I sense any little bit of positive energy within you, then sure, I give that space a chance.
So does that make that easier for you as a creator, or does that make it more difficult? Since you have all of these different, factors coming in, like, does that kind of mess with the creative process a little bit, or does it make it easier because you have extensive knowledge in each different category?
I started to hurry up and say, yeah, it makes it easy, right? But then thought about it, like, no, it's kind of 50-50. Finding balance, it's easy, but it's not. Because, like, I want to remain authentic, right?
Right.
Authentic in myself, at the same time with pleasing others. So that can be difficult. Trying not to go overboard or overthink pleasing people. You could get lost in being yourself. I feel like I may have done that in the past. Gets all caught up in trying to please everybody else. You forget who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So yeah, it's 50-50. I started to say it's easy, but nah. Trying to find balance it's not easy. Positivity is the key though. The more positive I remain, the easier it becomes. Any little negative thought like could lead to overthinking and then setbacks and stuff like that. So like no matter what's going on, how difficult the task may be, if I try to stay positive and not overthink everything, like I find ways to get it done. find ways to get it done.
Okay, yeah, I definitely feel that then, because you know, even for people that cover a lot of different areas, sometimes it kind of gets like mixed up a little bit. So I'm glad that you mentioned, remaining positive, keeping your focus on, whichever task you have ahead of you. So that's definitely a key thing. And yeah, that for me, I just hope that you just keep tackling each and every area because we need that kind of diversity for sure. And for you being the creator that you are, I know it's going to be dope coming from
Yeah,
you for sure.
I appreciate that. I ask a lot of questions too, um, based off of what I'm getting ready to do before I make decisions. I like to ask a lot of questions, like depending on who I'm around the most, people I may just happen to bump into. I ask a lot of questions. I like to get a lot of people's input and then really think it through, observe, the type of reactions, the the feedback, um, and every action leads to a reaction. So I try to like move wisely, but I take with asking a lot of questions. I take everything I do into consideration before making a decision. So talking to people a lot helps, you know, based off of how you want to move. I don't just like go solely off of how I feel about everything. I try to look at everything from the angles of everybody and try to move that way. That helps make things easier too, because if you pay attention to the needs of everybody and what everybody is saying, it makes things easier bringing people together for like a mutual cause, like no matter what the project is.
Okay, I got you. And speaking of being a creator and pleasing the people and everything like that, man, we got to talk about your performances, man. Especially when you had the one at the Wine and Rhymes event, man. You kind of set the bar high with your performance, and that was like one of the dopest ones that I've seen. Just how it was different, from your approach to captivating the crowd from the back of the venue, coming all the way to the front,
Yes.
and everything like that. And that even led to you being a feature at a Wine and Rhymes event too. And even in addition to that, you've been performing at the poetry and all of that melanin event as well, which was also a dope experience too. So just kind of talk to me about, you know, being in a performance mindset and how you set that up to cater to the crowd and kind of present yourself from a musical and a poetic standpoint, so to speak.
Um, Paying attention to everyone who did it before me. Paying attention to everyone who did it before me, and then kind of again observing and trying to figure out how I would like to approach it myself and put my own spin to things. So I'm like, I would like to think of myself as like a blend of so many other greats, like that I try to pay attention to, like mainstream and locally, performance wise. Mainstream, I've um I've always like focused on performers like Michael Jackson, and like I've studied like behind the scenes of Michael preparing for performances, tours, how serious he take, how serious Michael used to take rehearsals, sound check, um, the emphasis he put on like yo, I need the crowd to like really feel my performance. Like I'm not doing this for no reason. I'm about to half-ass do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it just to look for a payday. No, I really want to move the people. I really want to move the people. Like, so, um, yeah, people like Michael, Prince, there's singers, there's rappers. There's poets. I've always paid attention to like how each of these special beings like focused on like whether it was crowd interaction, um, just how into their material, you know what I'm saying? Like they can seem like very passionate, like on the mic, not just up there make it sound like I'm just reading a paper at the podium type shit. Like, no, I'm like trying to connect with you in a way. So yeah, watching a lot of mainstream celebrities hit the stage growing up. Locally, man, just seeing like when I hit the scene performing, just seeing certain artists like just bring it, whether they had an entourage arrive with them or they showed up solo or just or if it was a packed crowd or a dead crowd, like just seeing the difference in what artists like actually is gonna bring it no matter what. And I've seen others like slouch and like be careless. And I like to think like going back to Kobe Bryant with the Mamba mentality, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard Kobe say before, like, I don't care if it's a regular season game, preseason game, playoff game, championship game. I don't care if the seats are sold out, if we're giving out free seats because it's dead. It's somebody in that audience that ain't never seen me before. This could be the only time they see me ever. What kind of impression? What kind of lasting? Do you want to leave a lasting impression on them, or you just gonna be just another statistic? And I like to leave a lasting impression because you never know. This person this might be their only off day. You know what I'm saying? I need to make it worth it for them. This might be, they probably saved up, you know what I'm saying? Somebody could have been having a shitty week, a shitty day, a shitty life. I can be the reason that they smile at the end of the day. You know, I can be the reason why they go back telling their friends and family, man, you should want to come check out this show. You should want to hear this. You should, you know what I'm saying? Just uplift people in some type of way. So I put a lot of that thought into my show. Like, you never know what people are going to be saying afterwards. So leave them with something good to talk about, you know? But yeah, just seeing people just bring that energy. And I always thought, like, how can I bring that energy for myself? You know what I'm saying? The first time I've ever performed in the city, I've been performing at like school events and stuff like that. I performed in the choir at Whittier in the 6th grade. I was in the school choir. I sang with the school, performing like Michael Jackson songs in elementary, like Man in the Mirror. Man in the Mirror was probably the first thing I ever performed, but it was with the school. On Michael Jackson shit.
I'm gonna say you was miking that one, or
yeah.
okay.
Now, I lost out on my solo though. I was supposed to have a solo, do my leg kick and shit, but the teacher didn't think I kicked my leg the right way and shit. I'm like, I've been working on my leg kicks, but she thought my homeboy kicked his leg out better and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he did his kicks better and shit. I'm like, do I need to switch shoes? I can get the shoes to make my kicks look better. But she chose my boy Marcus and shit. He went out there and rocked it out. I was salty though. I was hurt. I was in 3rd grade too. I was like, that's all I was thinking about. I told my mom I'm about to be Michael Jackson on stage and shit. Lost out at the last. They switched us out at the last minute and shit. Man. I was crying like a motherfucker. Yeah, I was salty though. But yeah, I ain't get to kick my leg, but I've been kicking that motherfucker ever since. Those shit hit me stages. Yeah, I've always been like, I've never gotten nervous, like stepping in front of people. Like, shit, my mom and aunties them used to ask me to come sing and dance and at house get-togethers and shit when they'd be having little kickbacks and shit when I was little. So I never been afraid to like step out and put on a show in front of everybody. Just I don't know, it's just my love for music and movies and stuff. And then sitting up in the house watching a bunch of movies and music, I've always looked at it like, hey, I can do that too. Like, shit. So as soon as the crowd come around, I'm like, it's shit, boy. It's time. Like, what y'all need? Y'all want me to put on the show? Y'all want me to sing? Yeah, shit. Just wilding out and shit. I've always just been comfortable stepping into the spotlight. So that performing is easy. Performing is easy. I love performing. Like everything I write, music wise, I write it with the intent to perform it. Like no matter if it's like a rap, poetry type piece, if I'm doing some little singing, I write everything with the intent to perform in front of some type of crowd. Like I said earlier, I've always pictured myself in front of all type of crowds. So, and then you never know who's there, a first timer. You know what I'm saying? We got to give them a reason to brag about it and come back.
Yeah, for sure.
They got to. They got to.
For sure, for sure. And I definitely appreciate the fact that you bring the energy every time that you do perform. It's definitely dope and it's definitely amazing to see for sure. And just even recognizing that, how has that translated for you into musical opportunities, whether it's creating your own music, collaborating with people in the city and making some music? Like what's been going on for you musically on the creative side that we can expect in the near future?
That definitely has led to, like you mentioned, feature slots, more performance slots. Um, I've been getting booked for shows more consistently than ever in my past. Um, it has it has put other creatives on notice, and we have I have linked up, networked with other artists out there about future collaborations, which is uh which is gonna be fun when we drop those projects. Um, yeah, the feeling of having other great artists, performers coming to you, showing you love, you know what I'm saying, telling you how great you were. It's I don't know, it's a really great feeling, and it's like hella motivating because all the people who has like shown me love lately is has been like people like I'm so inspired by and like I'm motivated by. Cause like I got like a shit ton of health issues that like be kicking my ass mentally. So to to go on like my social media or TV or anything and see y'all killing it with anything y'all do, like whether it's acting, music, whatever, talk shows, podcasts, like to see y'all killing that should just be like it'd be such like a motivational boost to where like I don't know, it's just been such a motivational boost just seeing everybody else kill it. And then like, I need to get out here because that shit look fun. And everybody making it look hella fun. Like I'm missing out. Like I need to be a part of that movement. Like it's something I always dreamed of. Let me quit bullshit. And just being motivated by those and like the same people coming up telling me, "Oh, Chris, you rocked it. Man, you came out with swag or your crowd interaction." It's like, man, shit, motivated just watching all of y'all kill it out here. Well, I just been sitting back trying to figure my health out. Shit, I can't come short. I can't come short of anything but that. Like I gotta bring it. Shit. I see everybody else bringing it. Shit, I gotta match that energy. Shit, I'm not about to half-ass do it. We say keep it 100. Don't meet me halfway. Shit.
I feel that.
Like shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's led to some dope features, some collabs coming in the future from quite a few artists, based off of my recent performances. Led to some really dope connections. Looking forward to all of that in the near future. Can't wait till y'all check it out. Can't wait till y'all check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything coming soon, or is kind of a wait and see kind of thing?
Oh, music wise, coming soon. I don't have a release date for like any of my projects. I got like 2 albums, 2 EPs I'm finishing up at the same time. Um, it's been a long time coming, the process and the creating process, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. I would like to release at least one album before the end of this year, and then maybe another one beginning of next year. But I'm looking at staying locked in with performances. Got a few features coming up. May 24th feature at the Genesee County Compassion Club in Mount Morris. Got a feature June 7th in Detroit. Both of those features, the May 24th in Flint and then June 7th, are on behalf of the Poetry and All That Melanin shows. Let me see. Got music wise, got those features May 24th, June 7th, June 1st at Totem Books. Shout out to Key Ray. Celebrating her recent success.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Key Ray for sure.
Let me see. Jeff Sky got a barbecue June 29th, performing there. Details to be determined on location and time. Just found out next year, a year from now, I'll be performing at the. It's gonna be a 40th anniversary celebration for the 432 local. I'll be performing at that. That's a year from now, though. Yeah, a lot of shows coming up. I'm gonna have to keep everybody updated, like on social media, updating the dates and times and locations. But yeah, big shows coming up, and I'm definitely looking forward to dropping at least one of those albums this year, before the end of this year. Dates coming soon. Got some more recording to do, finishing up some writing on a few projects, a few collabs, but almost done. And then I'll be ready to give some concert type vibes. Like, yeah, some of these features, I got 30-minute shows, preparing for some longer shows. So ready to give some dope performances, man. Performing is what I really love to do. So got more of that to come. Some things I can't really speak on yet. Like, I'm trying to finish up. Trying to finish up a few little details here and there. So as bad as I want to talk about them right now, that's what I'm smiling. I can't talk about everything yet,
I was trying to get an exclusive.
Yeah, but music wise, albums on the way, and working with others, helping them complete the process of their albums. So I can't reveal the names yet, but y'all go be in for it though. Y'all go be in for it for real. Can't wait.
Okay, yeah, man. I definitely can't wait either to see what you come up with. And make sure y'all tap in with Cris the Boss, man. This is one of the most dopest people that I've come across. And since I've even started doing this, man, just his energy, his authenticity off the charts, man. And you ever meet him in person, man, you'll probably feel the same way. And just from a performance standpoint too, electric, man. You got to check him out. You got to check him out. And he listed off the events he's going to be at. So make sure y'all hit up one of those. Check out Cris the Boss for sure. And then transitioning from music for a little bit, I want to get into a couple of other things that you're involved in as well. You're also, involved from a media standpoint as well. I know previously you had the Much to Discuss podcast. That was like a media centric things centered around the community of Flint and the artists and people here as well. So, what is the actual status of the podcast? Because I know that it kind of took a break for a little minute. Is it coming back at all? Like, what can we expect for the Much to Discuss podcast?
Yes, Much to Discuss has been on a hiatus. Again, that's an example of me letting my mental issues take over due to my health, and my health never really catching a break. It's like um, I keep saying my health. Well, I have scoliosis. I was born with scoliosis. It's a curvature of the spine, but I didn't find out until I was a teenager. And then after I found out, when we took x-rays, we found out I had like a S-shaped curvature of the spine, and I had to have like some emergency spinal surgeries. So since having those spinal surgeries, like a world ton of health issues and problems has like flared up year after year. I got some new health issue I've never heard of before, but like my spinal surgeries was like the beginning of the domino effect. So in those years since then, it's like every time I get motivated, fully locked in on pursuing a goal or a project of mine, my health kind of slows me down a lot to the point where like I get in a depression state, and it's just like, you know what, until I figure out how to manage my health daily, fuck everything. So I just like put music to the side, shit, podcasting to the side, because it's like I'm trying to figure out how to be at my best in each of these areas, but like my health is kicking my ass. So it's like I need to really figure out how to manage my health to really take the best foot forward with podcasting and music and everything. So I just been like sitting back, like, and that's where I said like earlier, observing everyone else on the scene, regaining that motivation and inspiration, like seeing all y'all do y'all thing. It's like, man, I can't sit here and let my health win. Like, I got shit to do. Like, I can't keep doing this. Like, it's been shit. I've been in and out the hospitals and shit my whole life. Like, how long am I gonna let that shit win? You know what I'm saying? I gotta accomplish some goals. So I'm sick of letting my health be the reason I tell everybody, oh yeah, the podcast is coming back. You know, so I'm just like, it's time to lock in, do this. My health issues go be there. So I'm just gonna do it regardless. Podcast, I got a few interviews lined up. I've talked to artists and music artists from Flint, music artists from Detroit. Y'all can expect some interviews coming up very soon. With the podcast, I'll be doing like interview segments, putting focus and highlighting anybody got anything going on. You know what I'm saying? If you got music on the way, books, movies, events, we would like to, Much to Discuss, would like to raise awareness of what you specialize in. And also have, chill conversations, you know what I'm saying? Talk shit about our favorites, top fives, top tens, sports, movies, music, stuff like that. Kick back, chill, have a drink, late night shit. We're gonna make it fun moving forward. It's go get back to having fun. Expect some new episodes. Like you'll see something live within this next week. Within the next 2 weeks, we'll have some content dropping back on the YouTube page. Much to discuss. The website. I'm about to upload a lot of new content within the next couple weeks. Much to discuss. The website. That's much, MUCH, the number 2, discuss. Much to discuss. Yeah, we got a lot of big stuff lined up for Much to discuss with the podcast and the media in general. Much to discuss will be getting to live interviews, interviewing people at live events. You may have seen me. You haven't seen me do any live interviews on behalf of Much to Discuss. The last time I did some live interviews was on behalf of Artistic Visions. Shout out to Artistic Visions, former company that I was with. That's who I first started doing live interviews with. But about to get back to doing it on behalf of Much to Discuss. We have a 810 fashion show this Sunday, May 19th. Coming up, Much to Discuss. We'll be covering that as well, along with the likes of Fly Star Media in attendance.
Yeah.
That's looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, looking forward to highlighting and raising awareness to anybody got anything going on, and go have fun doing so in the process. Much to Discuss is back like it ain't left, and yeah, and hiatus just due to health reasons. That's basically it. Trying to learn how to perfect things behind the scenes. Technical stuff like that. That ain't really been too much of a headache. More so than like my personal issues. Like really, as long as I can be on my shit, like my as long as I can keep myself together, then everything else like falls in place. Like and it's been fun really since I've been like really trying to force myself not to use my health as a reason to just stay at home and shit and just like miss out on everything. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna be in pain regardless. I'm gonna be in pain at home. I'm gonna be in pain if I go out. Let me just go out and get this shit done. So yeah. So it's I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Well, we're glad to have you out here, man, doing what you do, man. It's definitely a treat to experience everything that you bring to the table, from all aspects. And just for me being a fan of your work and what you do, man, it's just awesome to see the creativity and just your determination to get it done and present something that the people can enjoy. And it's definitely dope. And then the main thing is that you enjoy it too. And that's what, I hear from a lot of people that come on to the show. The main thing that they want to get out of what they do is that they enjoy the process,
yes,
as well as the finished product as well. So,
yes.
so that's awesome to see from you as well. And just in general, with the music and the media, all coming together under your brand, what goals do you want to achieve when it's all said and done? Like, what is the ultimate career goal for you?
With everything in general,
Yeah,
the ultimate career goal,
or even if it's separate ones too.
I would say, hey, Brandon really be prepared with these questions. Like he got me so like I really gotta think. Like, man, that's a good one. Like I like that. The ultimate goal in the end is okay, without trying to overthink this answer, I would say just leaving a positive legacy as far as damn it, I tried. Damn it, I tried. We tried to make the most out of every situation. Make the best out of our potential, and like really persevere and never give up and show that like yeah, you don't gotta give up. You can make everything as long as you got like a positive dream, aspiration. Like you can make it come true. In the end, I want to be an example. I was about to get ready to rap one of my verses.
If you want to drop a verse, I'm all for it.
I want to be an example of like I think I started the last piece off at the last show. I want to be an example of how you overcome your mistakes. Really, I want to be an example of how you overcome your mistakes, and so you can make it happen. Like music, for music, don't let a motherfucker tell you too old or you too old to do it or what's taking you so long or you should have been out. Same with poetry, you know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't advising, don't take forever now. Because this is coming from motherfuckers who take a long time to create. Like, don't take forever. Like, you don't want people waiting forever. But don't rush it though. Don't rush it. Just stick with it, stay consistent. It'll come through. In the end, it will come through. As long as you have some dedication, consistency. I would like to show future generations that you're capable. Everything is possible. And then just stay focused. Stay focused. And you can make it all happen. I want to in the future I want people to be able to make the type of music they want. You know, have the conversations, be free to have the conversations they want. You know, go out here and display the type of characters, the entertainment you want. You know, don't be afraid to like step out for film wise. Don't be afraid to step out and portray different roles. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta stick with one type of character, your whole career. Music. Shit, step outside your genre and, try to see what that pop or alternative life like. You know, yeah, podcast wise, in the end, I want everyone to know you have a voice. Don't be afraid to use it. Don't be afraid to use your voice. Don't be afraid to talk about things. Some things may be hard to discuss, but change your circle. Change your surroundings. Find the right people to vent to. And that'll help make things a little easier. So like in the end, I'm hoping my legacy will lighten up, all those things for future generations to make it seem more possible versus like when I was coming up, a lot of these things seem so far fetched and like, yeah, it might not happen. Versus when I'm gone, I would like people to look at it and be like, yo, he made it look easy, made it possible for me to do that or more or better. You know what I'm saying? I want people after me to take it to where I took it or infinity and beyond and shit like that. Like nothing under that. Nothing under that.
Yeah. So it's like, you at the end of the day want to lay the blueprint for the future and then they kind of take that, build upon it and kind of create their own thing from that.
Yeah, then hopefully in the future they give us something more. Right? They give us something more.
Yeah. For sure.
And then show that shit like, hey, start your own podcast, start your own music journey, your film career. You know what I'm saying? Just don't give up and don't let whatever life go test you, no matter what. So, God just want to see how you studying and taking those tests. Just keep going. Definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely important and definitely some dope goals to have. And even in the last thing you just said, I want you to keep going too. I want you to create as much as you can, get out here as much as you can, man, and just keep being the energy that you have been so far, man. And I just want you to embrace all the success that's on its way to you for sure.
Appreciate it.
In every lane that you step into, I want you to always give it 110% for sure. And you got my support, as a fan, as a friend, and everything, man. So yeah, I definitely want to see what comes from you in the future for sure.
Appreciate it.
And I know it's going to be dope. Definitely going to be dope.
Same, because I'm loving this right here. I'm loving this.
Oh yeah,
and you ain't had your turn to sit down with Brandon yet. You need to lock in with my boy.
Hey, come on to the show, man. This is what it's all about, man. Putting our superstars in the spotlight. And our superstar today is Cris the Boss, man. So make sure y'all check him out. Make sure y'all tap into everything that he got going on. We didn't discuss so much, man. And just with everything that we talked about today, just for the fans and the audience out there, and just let them know, man, why should we tap into Cris the Boss? Like, what sets him apart from anybody else that's doing what they're doing out here?
I'm the realest nigga in it. You already know. Got Trapper of the Year 4 times in a row.
Hey.
What they give? Lifetime supply, baking soda, clientele. A rolling one. Now let me chill out. Nah, but positive vibes, yo. Positive energy is what I'm all about. I'm all about support and uplifting others. And I'm always trying to bring a vibe or bring the party to life. So always a good vibe. If you like good vibes, then shit, we can ride. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm definitely here to support anybody doing anything positive. So fuck with your boy, man. Let's lock in. If you need help taking the next step forward, whatever shit. I know a little bit of everything, so shit, we can figure it out. We can figure it out. And shit, whether I'm working with you or just supporting you, shit, let's get it. Let's get it, man. I want to see everybody win, for real, everybody. And that's why you need a Cris in your life, because I want to see everybody win and shit. Are you stuck on the side of the road? You got a flat tire? I'll be there with my jack. You know, if your kid's stuck at school and you don't have enough gas, call my ass. You know, no, but yeah. It's looking, yeah, positive vibes, man. I just try to stay a positive aura for everybody to experience. And Cris Beasy.
Yes, sir. Y'all lock in with Cris the Boss, man. You heard it from him himself why y'all should tap in with him for sure. One of the most dopest people out here, man, and it's like I said earlier, man. Just to experience him is worth it, man. From any kind of standpoint, from any kind of aspect, man. Just person we need in the culture, in the community, for sure. And me personally, I appreciate you for everything that you have done and will continue to do within the community. Even on across social media, man, I see you supporting everything that goes on within the city. Whether it's a small event, a big event, you're right there giving your support, and then the whole energy is, being returned to you, when you're performing or you're doing your thing, as far as, creating and expanding upon your brand as well. So I definitely want to let you know, man, that I appreciate you for everything that you're doing, man. It's definitely dope.
I definitely feel the energy coming from all sides, from everywhere. You, from everywhere, from everyone I've come across lately at all these events. I'm receiving the energy. I feel it. Let's keep it up.
Yeah, for sure. And for people to, keep up with you and, keep bringing that energy your way and everything like that, how can they keep up with you on social media? If you got any websites, what's all of the social media that they can tap in with you at?
Okay, you can Google, you can YouTube, you can Facebook, you can type in Chris the Boss. CrisDaBoss. You can find me. Like I said, Google will help direct you to like anything connected with the name Chris the Boss, from SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, well, X,
Right.
formerly known as Twitter. Or you're either typing up Chris the Boss. Now again, that's CrisDaBoss, or you can search Much to Discuss. MUCH, the number 2, discuss. DISCUSS. Chris the Boss or Much to Discuss. The website is www.muchtodiscuss.com. You can check out me there, and I'll have links to everything else connected to the website as well. But be on the lookout, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. I'll have something notifying you on everything coming up. Music, film, media, locked in. Chris the Boss, Much to Discuss.
All right, and there you have it, you guys. Make sure y'all lock in with Chris the Boss. He just dropped all his performance dates. He dropped the social media. I ain't got no reason not to tap in with him, man. He's one of the dynamic people in the community, in the culture. You're gonna be seeing a lot more of him in the near future, and even beyond that as well. So I'm excited to see what he's got coming out, and I hope y'all are too. And I even hope y'all enjoyed this episode, man. Cris, man, I appreciate you coming on to the show, man. It was a pleasure having you on here, man. Just learning everything about what you got going on and everything like that. And even what's to come in the near future, man. I'm excited for it. And I'm just excited to see, where your career takes you, man, whether it's music, film, media, really all of them, really.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be dope to watch your journey continue to evolve and expand and everything like that.
Shit, you already got me looking forward to a follow up. Like,
oh yeah,
making sure I capitalize on a lot of things we talked about, and shit, come back and give Fly Star Media update on how things are coming along. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this is fun.
Whenever you're ready, man, let me know. You can definitely come back on the show. We can definitely talk about whatever it is at that point that you got going on. We can definitely talk about it for sure.
Appreciate it, man. Mind if I give a shout out?
Yeah, go ahead. Give a shout out.
First of all, I want to shout out Brandon Houston, your favorite actor, for allowing me to come on his platform. This is such a blessing. Y'all rock with my guy. I've been supporting him, following him for a minute. Very consistent, very consistent. Definitely one of the top names I was speaking about when being encouraged, inspired, motivated through my dark times, to get back out here and be live. Shout out to you.
Appreciate that, man.
And this coming onto your platform is definitely gave me a huge boost, and like locking in and making sure I stay on top of everything. So like I said earlier, if y'all haven't locked in with Brandon, hey, come check this out, man. Come check this out. Yeah, man, this is fun. Definitely shout out to you. I want to shout out my producer. Got that music on the way. Soldier on the beat. Working on film scores, music albums, behind the music, behind the scenes with the podcast. Yeah, shout out to my producer, Soldier on the beat. Shout out to my director, Jay King, aka Jay Scooby. Shout out to Star Consuela. Shout out to Jeff Sky for giving me the opportunities to bless the stage and be a part of your movement. Shout out to Jay Marche, Zaza, for letting me be a part of y'all movement. Shout out to Baller Team, because that's where it all started. What's next? Performing. Shout out to Red. Shout out to Shayna Boo. Shout out to Dink Sosa, Q Rich. Man, who I become Chris the Boss over the years, I owe it to so many people. So many people. Shout out to Keela Key. Shout out to John Connor, Lyric the Queen. Shout out to Busy Wright, Circle Boys, The Big Face, D-Boy. Man, I can shout out to Alvin, I Snap Studios. Shout out to, man, I can keep going. We're gonna have to do a shout out episode.
Shout out to the
I can go into so many reasons why I want to give a shout out to all them names. Like, I can go into so many reasons. Like, y'all don't know how big y'all are to me and to the Flindustry. So, Villery, D Steel, keep killing it, man. All y'all. Drew, everybody, man. Fifi, Kanan, everybody. But hey, and if I name somebody, if y'all ain't been on Fly Star Media yet, y'all need to get over here. Oh, everybody I name, I'm inviting you on some what's the show? All the Smoke podcast. At the end of All the Smoke, when they be like, hey, well, who's somebody you think would be good to come on the show? But you got to invite them. Hey, I'm inviting all you. Yeah, I want all y'all to come and be a part of this shit. Like, for real. Like, everybody, man. I keep going, but this is where it's at, man. Fly Star Media, your favorite actor with Chris the Boss. Appreciate it, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Hey, yeah, it's definitely dope to have you on the show, man. And I hope y'all enjoyed this show. And it was definitely a fire conversation with Chris the Boss. And yeah, just make sure y'all continue to tap in with him, support, come out to one of the shows, you know, show some love, show the energy, show the support, everything like that. It's definitely appreciated as he continues to grow and expand, and even continue to support this show as well, man. I appreciate everyone that tunes in to each and every episode of Superstar Spotlight. And you can find this episode in each and every episode on my Facebook under the name Brandon Houston. You can check this episode out on YouTube as well. You go to youtube.com/favorite actor. Got this episode and each and every previous episode on there as well. Make sure you check that out. Give everyone some love. Show some support to them too. I greatly appreciate it. If you want any highlights and clips, go to my Instagram or my TikTok, which is Brandon Up Next 810. Got highlights and clips from each and every interview. And yeah, it's something you don't want to miss. And as always, you got to give a shout out to the sponsor, Guilty Rich. See my boy Cris cop the piece. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to get you some Guilty Rich merch too, go to the Instagram, guilty.rich, or go to the website, guiltyrichboutique.com. Make sure when you spell that out, switch out the E with a 3, and it's guiltyrichboutique.com. Go and get you some Guilty Rich merch today. Shout out to everybody over there at Guilty Rich for sponsoring this episode. And as always, man, I thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did sitting down and talking with Chris the Boss. And as always, man, I'll see y'all in the next episode, y'all. Peace.